So just finding your spot. Just feet hip width apart. Today, we're focusing on the lower back. Energetically, this is third chakra to do with empowerment, right here at the belly button. And the Vedas, the ancient wisdom of India, says that this is the hub of the nadis, the 72,000 channels of energy that run throughout the body. They center right here, and it's very similar in martial arts, the dantian. This is like the power center. So I do work with that when we work with lower backs as well. So finding the feet, exhale, bend the knees, feel those feet, feel those legs. Inhale, pulling up on the legs and maybe bringing the arms up to your place, wherever that is. Some of you it's lower, some of you higher. If you can, stretching nice and tall. And think of your spine lengthening. So rather than arching, think of it lengthening. So it might be a bit more forward, especially if you have a bit of lordosis, like you can see in my back. You want to lengthen that by coming a bit more forward. Exhale, release. So we're working with traction of the spine today. Inhale, coming up. And again, coming a bit more forward. I've got my thumbs together, pulling up. And exhale, release. Do a couple more on your own, just finding your breath, your body this morning. Finding the timing of your breath. It doesn't have to be the same as mine. Anytime during the class, once you know what you're doing, feel free to do your own rhythm with your own breath. Inhale up, exhale, release. In the last one, if it's comfortable, you're going to stay here. And you're going to exhale, come to your left. And if you like, release the other arm down and stretch the whole side body. And if you like, you can bend that knee at the side you're coming to, get a bit more stretch. Inhale up. Exhale, other side. So I'm adding that bend of the knee to get more stretch on the opposite side. Quadratus lumborum, that links the lower back and the hips. I'm just doing this your own time. You're welcome to have your feet together. If that feels better, you're welcome to have your hands together. If that feels better, try to press the opposite hip out. Just find the variation that works for your body. Do about 6 rounds from left to right, side to side. When you're ready, we're going to stay on one side. So I'm going to start by staying on the left. And I'm coming to a wall if you do have a wall available, or you can just stay in any way that works for your body. And if you want that bent left leg, you can put it across and get a bit more stretch. Now, if this is feeling too intense, just feel free to come out of it like this. So you could inhale here and then exhale, go into the pose. If it feels too intense at this point to stay because you're not warm enough, it is morning and it's a bit chilly and you might feel like your body tissue is like, I want to keep moving. If you want to stay, feel free. This is one of my favorite ones to really get into that hip lower back connection. And then release. And then we're going to go to the other side and again, same thing. So that right leg, I'm mirroring you. That right leg can go across, or it can just bend, or it could be straight, whatever works for your body. These are progressive variations. This one's easier, this one's harder when you cross the foot. Sticking the hip out. And I'm using some pressure on the wall to help me get more into the body. Make it easier by releasing it. Inhale. And then exhale going into it. Inhale, samastiti, and exhale. This is a parshva or side version of Tadasana. Staying if you like, pressing away from the wall if you like, sticking that hip out if you like, that left hip. And when you feel like you've had enough, release. That also goes into the upper back, but our focus was lower back. Just notice how you feel. Having worked with the side body, you might feel a little bit taller. We're going to lengthen the spine a bit more now. Another traction pose. I'm going to bring the feet together as an option. Inhale, bringing the arms up, finding that length of the spine. Now you can have your palms together, or I'm going to interlock my fingers as an option. And coming up on the toes as an option. And when I exhale, I'm going to bring the heels down, and I'm going to try to press the hands towards the sky and lengthen the spine. Inhale, coming up. This is too much. You can release the arms down and drop the shoulders, and that makes it more about the upper back. For lower back, inhale if you can, and then stay here. Exhale, stretch away, and I'm slightly forward. I don't know if you can see that, but slight angle forward. So I'm decreasing the arch in the back. Inhale up. Option B for neck and shoulders. Exhale, drop the shoulders down. So this is really good for shoulder issues, doing this variation. Okay, so pick your medicine. Some of you have more upper back stuff. I know one of you with RA, rheumatoid arthritis, this variation might be good for you. Just bringing the hands down, stretching those fingers. And I always try to notice where my weight is on my feet. So I always have a tendency to go towards my right, and I try to, with my tension, bring it more towards my left. And when you're ready, releasing. Okay. So hopefully that gave your spine a little bit of length. We're going to take that to the next step. We'll come to the back of the mat. You're bring your left foot forward and your right foot turned out. Just going to straighten my mat here a little bit. There we go. This looks nice and straight for you. Picture. So you're going to bend that front knee so it looks like warrior, and it's a little bit unusual. But anyway, this is incredibly effective as a traction pose. So you're going to inhale, you're going to bend that front knee, you're going to bring your right arm forward and stretch it as far as you can forward, and stretch that whole right side, and exhale, release. And now let's try with the left arm. Inhale, stretch left arm, and just feel the difference, the two sides of the spine. So when we work with the lower back, we want to work asymmetrically a lot, one side at a time. Inhale, pretty simple, but effective, and you feel the differences of the sides of the spine. I kind of discovered this by experimentation. Now, if that's feeling really easy for you and you want to make it harder, try with both arms. So now this becomes a real strength and a core exercise. So inhale, you're using your core to keep yourself up. Now, if you like, take it another notch by bringing the palms together and stretch as far as you can away. Maybe you'll feel that in the right hip, right lower back. Exhale, release. And harder still. Inhale, go into it, interlock the fingers, palms away, and stretch away. Exhale, release. And the last one, you can keep those going, or inhale, I'm not going to interlock the fingers, palms facing each other, stretch away. Okay, I'm bringing the palms together for a second. Inhale here. Now exhale, drop the shoulders, bring the hands down. We're just going to stay here. This is neck and shoulders and lower back. Inhale, lengthen, stretch, stretch, stretch. And exhale, the release is just bringing the arms down in kind of a cactus shape, as the kids say. Inhale. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale. This is a back strengthener. So often in exercise classes, you'll do Superwoman pose. And this is a standing version of this that most people are not aware of. It's quite effective. And exhale, release. Right, that was one side. Now let's do the other side. So I'm getting warm. I don't know about you, but these poses are quite what we call brahmana. They increase the heat in the body. Right side forward, left leg back, and then turn that left leg out. Yeah, beautiful. And you're going to inhale. We're going to do one arm at a time. So opposite arm to front leg to begin. Inhale, left arm forward, right arm just down or on your lower back, and stretch that hand away from you. Now the palm can be down or it can be towards the center. You can decide which one you prefer. Exhale, release. I'm going to show this time with my hands coming behind on that exhale, just to change it up. Other side, inhale, stretch the hand away, and exhale, release. Just do a few more of these your own time. Now, the direction of the hand, if you're working more upper back, neck, and shoulders, you can make a circle like this, or lower back straight in front, and that's making your core work a little harder. Exhale, release. So I'm going to show it the lower back version, but you can do the upper back version, making that angel wing to the side. Inhale, yeah, just checking you guys out. You're doing well. And exhale, release. And just a reminder, you can always turn your camera off anytime if you're just having a day where you're like, you know what, I just want to have my own practice and I don't want Maggie to look at me. Totally fine. I have those days. And those are days I close my room into my yoga room and I just go into my practice and I don't want anyone looking at me. Now, when you're ready, I think we finished our last round of this. When you're ready, we're going to use both arms. So inhale, both arms, palms together. Stretch far away. Now see how that feels a bit different now. Exhale, release. If that's feeling easy, maybe interlocking the fingers, palms away. Stretch away as much as you can. Exhale, release. Keep that going, or if you like, staying in the position now, inhale, palms facing each other, exhale, draw the shoulder blades down. This is upper back, neck, and shoulders. And then inhale is traction of the whole spine, palms together, stretch away. Exhale, bend the elbows, draw the belly in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Come out of this anytime if it's too much. It's also definite workout for the legs. And exhale, release. When you're ready, bend that front leg back. And now, having done all that, hopefully we're a bit settled. I used to do more meditation at the beginning of the class, but now I'm doing it after we move a bit because I find that most of us are just too all over the place to focus the mind when we just start. So now we're going to add a bit of meditation to our movement with an Om. Forward bend. Inhale, arms to the sides. Imagine that radiant sun that some of you have where you are in Canada. Today in British Columbia, it's quite rainy. We're going to try to bring that sun out. Exhale, forward bend. We're going to add Om to the next one. As you come forward, the first one just physically, notice if there's any difference in one side of your lower back versus the other, and can you become more comfortable by maybe adjusting one of your feet. So I'm bringing my right foot back. It's going to look like left for you. And all of a sudden, my lower back feels even. So if you want to play with that, feel free. In your body, it might be one foot or the other. Inhale, coming up, radiating like the sun. Your feet can be parallel. They can be together. This is called Uttanasana in Sanskrit. Exhale, oming. Notice how the breath gets longer as you add sound. Inhale coming up. You can make any sound you like. You could go Brahmari, just you could hum, exhale. Imagine the radiant sun all around you, shining out of your heart center. And then exhale like a waterfall, just letting go any tension. Always bend your knees at the bottom. Sometimes that will release the lower back more. Inhale coming up, straightening the legs when you can. Last time, inhale up, radiating like the sun. Exhale, hands to the heart. If you like, bring your hands to that power center, your belly button region. We actually have a lot of neural transmitters in this area of our body. Millions, actually. That help inform us how we're doing in our body from the bottom up. Let's see if anything comes to mind as you bring your hands here. Any sensations, any thoughts, any feelings, any sensations, just notice them. So for example, I'm just feeling energy going down my left leg from this area. No thoughts. And release. All right, so we're gonna move into some one-sided forward bend. You can come to the back of your mat when you're ready. Hopefully you're feeling a bit more settled in your body after that intro practice. So that was our first chunk of practice. So at home, that could be your morning practice, could be just that. Your left foot forward, your right foot turned out. You're gonna inhale, you're gonna bring both arms up, or if you like, just your right arm, if it feels like too much weight. Exhale, coming forward, you can have your hands apart, palms together, or interlock your fingers coming forward to your place. Now, your place might be just halfway, and then you release your arms down on your leg, or if you can, extend all the way down with that length we've created, maybe bending the front knee. You could have blocks under your hands, and you could do this with a chair, hands on a chair. Again, that front knee can be bent. We're going to inhale, we're going to come halfway up. So moving the arms, so both arms or just the right arm in line with the ears, coming halfway up. This is for strengthening the back and lengthening. Exhale for a bend. I'm going to bend my knee as I come forward, just release my hip a bit. Inhale, coming up, maybe palms together. Exhale, release. I'm going to show with one arm just what that looks like. Inhale, now I just have my right arm. This is really good for imbalances of the spine and the hip. And we're just going to do one more, whatever you choose. And here, if you can, you're going to stay. Exhale, bend those elbows. Inhale, lengthen. If your front leg is bothering you, you could bend the knee as you bend the elbows. Just give your hamstrings a little bit of relief. Your hip. So I call this a dynamic stay. This is for strengthening. I always go a little bit too high. I'm adjusting. You can look at your camera. So I got that feedback in Chennai the last time I was there that I go a little bit too high. Just adjusted. A little lower. There I go. And when you're ready, inhale, exhale, forward bend. And just relax here, or add some dynamic movement in the stay. Inhale, lengthen the spine up. Exhale, forward bend. Again, you can bend that knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, extend. Stay in this position. If it's comfortable, bringing your hands towards that little toe side, and again, getting into the right QL, quadratus lumborum, through this slight twist to the left, to the little toe of the front foot. You can add some movement or just stay. And when you're ready, coming back to the center, bend that front knee and just lazily come up and step back. Classically, we come up, of course, with extended arms and all of that, but usually I found after staying, it's safer to just come up fairly lazily because, again, the body can react with a spasm sometimes, which is not something I'd ever want to see in my class. Okay, when you're ready, right foot coming forward, left foot turned out. You're going to try to do all that on this side. So inhale, Parshva Uttanasana, one side at forward bend. Inhale, coming up with the arms. Exhale, coming forward. You could come just halfway and then bring your hands to your leg and slide down. And you could bend that front knee. You could have blocks under your hands. You could have a chair that you bring your hands to. Inhale, coming up. If possible, arms in line with the ears coming up. This is strengthening. Otherwise, trail your hands up your legs and then add your hands at the end. I'm going to show that the next time. Inhale, arms coming to your place. Exhale, bring your arms down at any time that it feels like too much weight for your back. This time I'm making it harder, bringing my palms together. And again, I can release those arms at any time down my leg. And bend that front knee at any time. Inhale, coming up, rather than moving the arms in line with the ears, you can make it easier by just using the back and trailing the arms on your leg and then adding them at the end. So I know for some of you, you might need that variation. And let's just give it a break. Exhale, starting position. Pick whatever variation works for you now. I'm going to stop with all the multiple cueing. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward bend. Now, having moved in and out of it 3 times, we're going to inhale. First of all, bring your left arm up as you come halfway up. Exhale, forward bend. I'm going to bring that hand behind. Then the other arm, right, extending halfway. Exhale. If it feels good for you, I'm going to bring my hands down. Use both arms. This is a lot of weight. Exhale, you can keep this going, or if you like, we're going to stay now. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, bend those elbows. I'm going to bend my right knee because my hip is talking to me. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend the elbows, maybe bend the front knee. Inhale, lengthen. Maybe look in the screen, make sure you're about halfway up. If you can, doing this 3 to 4 times. Inhale, this is strengthening the lower back. You might be feeling that. Exhale, forward bend. Let's stretch it out. Stay in the center or bring your hands towards that little toe side, towards the right. Feel the left QL, quadratus lumborum, stretch from the hip to the lower back.
If it's comfortable, from here, we're gonna go into a downward facing dog. If not, just step into a forward bend. If possible, going into Adho Mukha Svanasana is a wonderful way to stretch the spine and the legs. If you like, going onto one foot, stretching that left leg or right leg, and then the other foot. You should feel your spine lengthening. So imagine someone's pulling your hips back as you draw your belly in. Again, you can do this just in a standing forward bend. Just stay there as an alternative. Staying in the pose if that works for you. And I always like to notice if is one hamstring shorter than the other. Like, is it hard to bring one heel down more than the other? Just notice that. Maybe that's the same side of your back that is tight. When you're ready, if you can, stepping back into your forward bend. Just staying here if it works for you. For blood pressure issues, it might be good to have your head up at least occasionally to decrease the amount of blood flowing to your head. Otherwise, if you can, allowing that change in blood flow, which puts you into relaxation response physiologically. When you're ready, gradually coming up, bending the knees, bring your hands up, halfway, exhale, stay. Inhale the rest of the way up again, coming up lazily after all that work. Might be slightly lightheaded, just take a moment to lean against the wall. If you're feeling a bit dizzy, just take a moment. Big change in blood pressure, blood flow, heart rate, nervous system with that change of position. And notice how you feel. So I always feel, and this is probably 30 minutes in, yeah, just like, oh, wow, my spine just got about an inch longer. I don't know if you're feeling that, this kind of lift. So it literally lifts us up to do these practices. All right, we've done a lot of Parshva, one side at a time, and forward bends. And we're now going to move into to some side angle poses. So we're going to bring the legs wide apart, as wide as is comfortable. And we're going to turn the left foot out. And that right foot can be angled whatever direction feels good for your knee. So some people say classically it's right angles, but my teachers say just adjust it according to comfort of your knee. And then you're going to bend that right knee. In Chennai, this is already a modification with this left foot turned out. They actually have it, the feet parallel. So it's all modifications for them. For Westerners, most of us, it's better for our hips like this. So just finding that warrior position. So inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, do your warrior two. Bend that front knee and look at the middle finger of that left hand. We're just going to start with that. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, turn the head, bend the knee. Inhale, stay here. Straighten the leg. And exhale, turn the head, release. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the knee, turn the head. This time, inhale, bring that left arm up. In the West, they call this dancing warrior. It's a lovely side bend. Exhale, we're going to work towards our side angle pose, step one. So just bringing with that left hand on the thigh, the other arm up to the sky. There you go. So that's step one. believe it or not. And then inhale, lengthen that arm along the ear and stretch that whole side body. Exhale, bring the hand to the sky. Inhale, warrior two, and then straighten the leg and go into that side stretch. Exhale, release. So that was a lot of things together at the end. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, warrior two and side angle step one. Inhale, lengthen the arm. Exhale, stay here, bend the elbow, turn the head, look down. This is for neck and shoulders, this variation. A lot of you have that in the room. Inhale, lengthen the arm and stretch that whole right side as much as you can, stretching those fingertips towards the side. Exhale, bend the elbow, turn the head. Inhale, lengthen. If you can, stay here and breathe. If you can, go deeper into it. That lower arm goes further down. You could use a block here under the hand, and you could bring the hand to the other side. I like to open my hip. You can always hold the ankle as well. When you're ready, exhale, hand to the sky. Inhale through your warrior two, straighten the leg and arm up. And exhale, release. Feet parallel. Turn into the other side. So these warrior poses we know from research. Kathy Cutty, I believe her name is, researcher on power posing and the effects of power posing on the body. They're said to make us feel more empowered. So if you have a job interview, a presentation, something like that, these warrior type poses can give you a feeling of empowerment, feeling of being stronger, and linked more to this third chakra area. My teachers sometimes noted to me when I was doing my training that people with lower back pain, sometimes it would come when there was this disempowerment in their lives. So you can always notice that in yourself. That might be a factor to consider. Inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, bend the front knee. So that warrior two position. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, release the arms down. So just starting with this. It's also great for the knee, tracking of the knee rather. Inhale, arms up, you're facing forward. Exhale, bend the knee, turn the head. Inhale, straighten the leg. And exhale, arms down, turn the head back to the center. Inhale, arms up, and add that side bend. First one. Exhale, bend the knee, look to the side, middle finger, that right hand. Inhale, straighten, and do that other side bend. Exhale, release. The breath on that could be many things, so I'm doing it this way, but it could be done another way. Inhale, arms coming up for the teachers in the room. Exhale, bend the knee. Always have the rules of sequencing in my brain going off. Inhale. And you could look at your opposite leg if you like. And exhale, release. We're going to head down now to the side angle pose. Inhale. Krishnamacharya in his later work, he split it into two parts, which is kind of interesting. We're going to show that. Exhale. Bend that knee. And you're going into part one, which is just with the arms straight up, so shoulders are aligned. So that's your exhale. And then the inhale, because you're working your rib cage to inhale, it's with the arm extending. Exhale, hand to the sky. You could look away if you want to work with your neck and shoulders here. Inhale through your warrior two, straighten that leg. And you could add that side bend. And exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two, side bend, step one. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend the elbow, turn the head. This is for neck and shoulders. I'm going to stay here if that works for you. Inhale. I'm going deeper into the pose now with my lower hand. Exhale. If you'd like, just stay in the extended ankle pose, Parshva Konasana. Keep trying to draw that upper shoulder back. In neck shoulder variation is moving the arm, and also it just can take some of the weight out. When you're ready to come out, exhale, hand to the sky. Again, you can look away at the foot for the neck and shoulders. Inhale through your warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Straighten the leg. Exhale, arms down. Oh, we forgot this part. There we go. And release. Let's just give those feet and hips a rest by coming into Samastiti. We'll do the wide angle forward bend in a minute, but let's do a meditation forward bend. So we're going to work with the directions, honoring the 7 directions. According to the Vedas, there's 7 of them. That's a lot. So we have the usual ones that we talk about in the West. And then we have the upper direction, the lower direction, and then the sides. And there's a chant that goes with this that basically honors the devas or beings of light in all these directions. So this being an indigenous practice from India, bringing this piece in, you can think of it in any way you like. You could just think of it as connecting to the land around you in all of the directions. So you can actually think about where you are in space today and honor those directions. You could think of it in a more spiritual way. You could think of, there's actually beings or angels that are in all these different parts. However that resonates for you in your belief system. So I'm facing, to begin with, facing to the east, if that works for you in your room. I know you might need to see me, so it might not work for you right away. We'll do one run through with me talking more, and then we'll do it more as an experience where you can go deeper as a meditation. This is something you can do at any time through your day as just a way of grounding and stretching your lower back. Especially for stenosis or degenerative disc disease, these forward bends are very helpful, it is said, medically. All right, I'm facing the east now. I'm imagining the sun is shining there, even though I can't see it with clouds today, but it is there behind all those clouds. Some of you actually have some sun to face. And we're going to do a chant of Om Namo as we exhale eventually. First round, I'm just going to show you. So inhale, bringing the arms up overhead. I'm going to interlock the fingers if I can. And then exhale, I'm going to bring the palms together and come halfway down, just halfway down, and honoring the east. Inhale, coming up. So I'm just going through the practice, run through first, interlock the fingers. I'm turning to the right, facing south. Go up my mat a bit for this one. Exhale, coming halfway down, palms together, drawing the belly in. We've prepared the body for this very well. So hopefully you can join the meditation. Inhale, interlock the fingers, coming up. Again, you do not have to do that if you like. Turning again to your right. I'm still on the screen, okay for you? And facing the west now. Exhale, palms together, drawing the belly in. Again, you can adjust those feet one further back if you like. This is Ardha Uttanasana,
half forward bend. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, turning to the right, facing north. Exhale, release, coming halfway down, honoring north. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, turning right. Inhale, palms together, look up to the sky, the upper direction. Exhale, come forward, honoring the lower direction. Inhale, interlock the fingers, coming up. Exhale, palms apart, honoring the side directions. Inhale, bring your hands interlocked, arms beside your ears, coming up. And exhale, hands to the center. It's called Ding Namaskaram. And I see that there's something going on here. I'm just going to check. Okay, I think we're okay. Okay, I've just got a hand up here. I think we're okay. All right, there we go. Okay, I think we're good. All right, good. Let's try it now with chanting. So just a reminder, we're going from east and then we just head around, heading right. Just move right, one direction at a time. So you don't have to think too much about it. And if you like, bring on a bhavana or an attitude of honoring the space you're in. Maybe you can think of a tree or part of the land you're on. Or just think of light in that direction, honoring light. Devas are beings of light. Let's go off my mat for this. And we're going to do Om Namo as we exhale. This means I honor, I surrender, I honor you. Inhale, arms up. Interlock the fingers. Exhale, palms together halfway down, honoring the east. Om Namo. Inhale, coming up. And turning to your right. Exhale, halfway down, honoring the south. Om Namo. Inhale, interlock the fingers, coming up, turning to your right. Exhale, honoring the west. Om Namo. Inhale up, turning to your right. Exhale, honoring the north. Om Namo. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, turning to your right. Inhale, looking up to the sky, palms together, honoring the upper direction. Exhale, forward bend. Om Namo. Honoring the lower direction, the earth. Inhale, coming up. Interlock those fingers if you can. Exhale, palms facing out, arms to the side, intermediate directions, the sides. Om Namo. Inhale, palms together, coming up, or interlock fingers. Exhale, hands to the heart. Om Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. One more time. Inhale, arms coming up to your sides. Interlock the fingers. Exhale, east.
Om Namo. Inhale, coming up. Turn to the side. Exhale, south. Om Namo. Inhale, coming up. Turning to the side. Exhale, west. Om Namo. Inhale, coming up. Turn to the side. Exhale, north. Om Namo. Inhale up. Turning, exhale in the position. Inhale, looking up, honoring the sky, upward direction. Exhale, full salutation, honoring the earth. Om Namo. Inhale, coming up. Interlocked fingers if you can. Exhale, intermediate directions, the sides. Om Namo. Inhale, interlocked fingers coming up. Exhale together, Om Shanti, hands at the heart. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Two more times. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Just take a moment to notice how you feel. Place your hands on your belly if you like. Feel the inhale and the exhale. Sometimes the hardest thing in life is just showing up, being present, when you just want to stay and hide within the self. And these practices can help literally open the door, help us get out, help us break free of fear, Binivesha, the hardest of the kleshas, the clouds, the obscurations to burn away is fear. When you're ready, we're going to gradually make it down to the floor. You might want to add a sweater or something. We will be cooling down. I'm going to adjust my camera down so you can see me a bit better. Okay. All right. When you're ready, just making your way to your back in any way that feels comfortable for you. Just take a minute to rest in your alignment pose. If you have lights on for the sake of me, you're welcome to dim them just so that you can go more into yourself, what we call in yoga pratyahara, withdrawing the senses. And this like legs up the wall, this pose, alignment pose, you can do it with the knees apart. Or you can do it with the knees facing in and the feet wide. And if you like, you can put both hands around that power center. And the Vedas say, the ancient scriptures of India, which predate what is now called Hinduism. Many people say it was just meant to be a knowledge for everyone. They say there's this fire in the belly, it's called Jatra Agni, and it's emanating out of that power center. And if you like, you can visualize a fire there if that's a comfortable image for you. If it's not, you could just visualize yellow. It's a nice yellow, bright flame. This will increase your digestion if you visualize it regularly. It's said to help with that. Or just give you a sense of empowerment, burning away what you don't need. So if there's anything you'd like to throw into that fire, so today I'm going to throw fear into it. The Sanskrit word for that is abhinivesha. I'm just visualizing the fire and then throwing in the word fear and just watching it burn up. I want to say to yourself, burn away whatever that obstacle is for you. Obstacle to your empowerment. And when you're ready, just going to stretch your legs long and bring your feet to the wall if you've got one, or just in front of you. If this hurts your lower back, bend your knees alternatively. If it hurts your lower back. Good, inhale, bring the arms up overhead, tuck the chin in. And exhale, bringing the arms down by our sides. And try to do this one arm at a time. Inhale, just the left arm coming up, stretch it nice and long. Again, you could do this with bent legs if you prefer. And feel that whole stretch of the side body. Exhale, bring the arm down. And then try the right side. Inhale, arm coming up. Exhale, arm coming down. And then both arms, inhale. You can keep that going or stay here. So one side at a time and then both, or just stay here. Tadaka Mudra, if it's comfortable, Bring the palms together or interlock the fingers. Bring the palms away from you. Again, you can adjust that by having the hands on top of the head or arms by your sides if this is not comfortable for your neck and shoulders. You could also have a bolster behind your arms if you need more height. Stay here, exhale. Pelvic floor draws in. Next part of your breath, lower belly draws in. Next part of your breath, belly button draws in. Draw everything in and up. And hold after exhale. Your lower back's moving towards the floor. Hold after exhale. And then inhale, release. Exhale, pelvic floor. This is in krama steps, lower belly. Belly button in. Pelvic floor to belly button drawing in and up. This is called Mula Bandha. Draw everything in and up, hold. And we're moving towards Uddiyana Bandha, the stomach lock. And inhale, release. Last time, pelvic floor draws in. Lower belly. Belly button in. Draw everything in and up like you're zipping up a pair of jeans all the ways to the waist. Lower back into the floor, draw everything in and up, hold. If you can, add the chin lock, chin in. And release. We're going to do that one more time. Exhale, pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in, everything in and up. Hold after exhale. Bring the chin in as well, Jalandhara Bandha if you can. Inhale and exhale, release. Walking the feet towards the right. Bring the shoulders towards the right. You might just stay here. You might be able to extend your left arm to the side. You might fold your arms holding opposite elbows. And you might cross the right ankle over the left and feel that deep stretch in the left side body. Try to bring that left hip down. And we're just going to stay here. If you need to adjust it, feel free. You can release your ankles. You could put a bolster underneath your knees. That makes it a lot easier. You can release the arms. Just stay here and breathe. This is a variation of Jatra Paravriti, that twisting the fire at the belly. This is used in yoga therapy for diabetes, for working with the pancreas, and other digestive issues, either too much fire or not enough, so constipation or diarrhea from a Ayurvedic perspective. We want to get that fire just right so we don't burn our food that we eat, or it doesn't cook at all. Just getting it just right. And that's the same as our nervous system. Getting it just right so we're not burning people around us with our words and our actions, and we're not passively standing by, letting others act for us, but we're engaged in a balanced way. When you're ready, release that, going to the other side, into the center. Bring your feet towards your other side. So I did the right first and now the left. You might have done the other side. And then I'm bringing my shoulders over also to the left. And then I'm crossing my outside foot over my inside. So my left foot over my right.
Whatever side you're on, that's the foot you cross over. Now try to bring that right hip down, and we'll want to pop up. Just notice if one side of your body's tighter than the other in that QL area we're really getting at. This also gets into the IT band a bit, also the psoas. You might be feeling all of that working. And energetically balancing that fire at the belly. As you breathe here, if you can, starting to move into the 3-part breathing, adding the chest. Inhale into the chest, then into the belly. Exhale, draw the belly in. And the chest falls, so we're starting with 2-part breathing. Be 3 later. Inhale into the chest, into the belly. Exhale, draw the belly in. The chest falls. Inhale, chest, belly. Exhale, belly in. Chest falls. And when you're ready, release. Come back to your center. And just moving into our finishing pose for Shavasana or legs at the wall. So Apanasana, this pose is to work on the Apana, Vayu, the downward flow of energy. It's also working with the colon, moving up the right, across, and then down the left. Exhale, bringing the knees into the chest, drawing up from the pelvic floor to the belly button like we worked on earlier. Inhale, release. You want to do this with just using the mula or the core. Have the hands by your side. Exhale, bend the knees into the chest, just using your strength to move the legs in at the end, maybe adding the hands. Inhale, release. Could do this one side at a time if you prefer for your lower back. You could do this one side at a time if you prefer. I'm going to use both sides for now. And for those of you who want to make this harder, you could inhale, do the full Tadaka Mudra, and exhale, go into Apanasana. And this definitely becomes much more core engaging. And just your last one, whatever you're doing. The exhale starts and finishes the pose, same with the inhale. Breath guides the movement in Krishnamacharya's approach to yoga. And moving into your Shavasana, or if you like, legs up the wall, I'm going to demo that today. So it feels like a good option for me. So whatever one works for your body today. And this is actually a very good lower back pose for balancing the pelvis. As one of you reminded me. So in terms of this pose, if you can, the pelvis is right against the wall. If you can't, you move further away. If your hamstrings can't straighten, your legs can't straighten in this position, you come further away. You can also have your legs up a chair. Some of you are outside and you could be yeah, okay. I think you've got a tree or something. And then if you've got a belt, it's a nice add-on. If you have one, you don't have to. You just tie your thighs together or your ankles or both if you have 2 belts. And I'm just going to use my arms to walk myself closer. This is called Viparita Karani. What was up goes down. And the anatomy teacher in my yoga therapy program
she said that this was like shaking a ketchup bottle. You just kind of shake things up a bit, which I like that image. Helps us change perspective. So whether you're in Viparita Karani or Shavasana, perhaps visualize that fire at the belly. Inhale, see the fire, the flame, and exhale, see the burning away of whatever that word is you threw in. So in Yoga Sutras, chapter 2, Sutra 3, it has 5 obstacles or kleshas that it is said that we run into. First one is avidya, just ignorance, not seeing things clearly. So you think someone is saying one thing, but they're actually saying the opposite, and you get upset. Avidya. Next one, asmita, false identification or ego. So you align yourself with your job. You think you are your job. You think you are your relationships. You think you are the amount of money in your bank account. You think you are your education. Or raga, wanting what is not serving you. Desire, as the Buddha says. Wanting something that you know is not helping you. Or the opposite, dvesha, pushing away something that is in service of you. Resistance, not accepting what is. Not trusting the flow of life. Not accepting even a negative experience. And last one that I mentioned earlier, abhidivesha, fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of what has been. Fear of what will be. I'll leave that with you for the week to think about. Maybe one of these resonated with you. Maybe there's a word. Take a couple of minutes, just pick a word. Or is it fear? Is it misperception? Is it arrogance or ego? Is it desire or aversion? It's blocking your fire. Ready? You just stay here and continue with this meditation, or if you do feel ready to close, just gradually making your way in your own time. Either just lying down comfortably or on your side, or coming to a seated position with me. Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. Stay. Namaskaram. Honoring that in you, which is the same as that in me, the same as that in all